Maybe you say, yeah, it's everything, saying that in a like a concept way, like understanding it maybe. But when you really say it's everything, it, it can't be found. It doesn't need to be found because it's the only thing there is. So when there's hearing, it's unconditional love. We have also some ideas about what's unconditional love. Like there's ideas about love, there's ideas about unconditional and always and all that. But unconditional love is not a feeling. It's everything. You could say everything is unconditional love. It's unconditional. It's there's nothing going on about right and wrong. It's already everything. So there's nothing right. There's nothing wrong. It's not happening to someone. This is that front. They're seeing that front. That is everything. And we assume that there's something inside because we can abstract. We can see like in time. We can abstract like there's something inside. There's something outside. There's something before. There's something after. We live in time. Like there's a continuation and a development. Well, that's me, that story of me is living in time and distance and space. And then hearing there is no time. There never was time. It's an abstracting. So there's apparent time in the story. You can say like we start at 6, but it doesn't mean anything. So time and distance don't mean anything. Nothing means anything. There's no meaning in anything. Everything is meaningless. That's the freedom. There's nowhere to go. It's already, there's some people coming extra. there's it's already. So that's the joy. That's the aliveness. And it's the aliveness. It's not a good feeling. It's it's every feeling. It doesn't matter what it is. It's not a feeling for you or in you. It's somewhere. Feelings are not inside or outside. There is no inside or outside. There is somewhere, there's feelings going on. And we assume because we think this is my body and these are the borders, this is my border. And then everything is happening inside my feelings. It's also mine, or maybe feelings, but or thoughts, but it's happening here because we so learn that everything is happening in this body. Everything is, there are no borders. So it's like, it's everywhere, it's energy. So it's boundless. There can be feelings, but it's no one's feeling. It's not like it's here, in here, there's no one feeling. No, there's no in here. There's no in there. There's no inside. And also, there's no outside. So looking, seeing this is everything. We know or we understand there is something behind the street or the world or something. There is no world. There is no street. This is everything. It's an appearance of everything. Nothing is real. And when there's me and that separation is going and I'm here and this is the world and everything is going on, then suddenly everything seems so real, so solid and real. And in that way, it seems important because it's threatening. Like I'm here and there's other people and how to deal with that and how to live my life and all that. So everything is like dealing and how to behave and survival to make it in the world or make your life work. This is talking about separate. There never was separation. There never was. There is no separation. There's only when there's that abstracting and understanding and being busy with what's going on. It's very much apparent, like it seems like there's separation. I'm apart from everything else. But that doesn't mean it's like that. It's the belief can be very strong, maybe even embodied like very strong. But there's no separation. There's nothing gone wrong. Something like that. You could say that. Hello. Hi. What is Valentine? Mm, yeah. Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, please do, because otherwise for the recording it's not.
So I just
Yeah,
talk like
yeah.
this.
I don't know.
I
Just
don't know
try.
either.
Just see how it works.
Is it, would you say, kind of like a hologram where it's just empty energy, kind of?
Like a hologram. Yeah, you
I
could
mean,
say. Yeah, it seems like a
conceptually-ish.
just to make an image of it,
Yeah.
like a hologram. Yeah, you can say like that. It's an appearance, and
Right, an
it's
appearance
empty. It's
and
just
empty.
energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You could say that. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's very strange because now it's already going on. Like you see that people like when they already pass away, then they arise on the stage and they make an hologram of them, and it seems very real. So it's been like, oh my god, yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm.
I
Oh,
I often feel or sense that it's actually the sense of separation, which feels like the hologram.
sorry.
That
Yeah,
the sense of separation is what kind of uh, feels like the hologram,
yeah.
um, like uh, like the ghost in the machine.
Mm,
So, for instance, like just knowing anything about this, has a holographic,
yeah,
image idea ish, quality about it,
yeah.
sort of yeah, an incoherent quality about it, which vanishes, So
But I
yeah,
don't understand. You feel like that? You
yeah,
like that?
it was
Okay,
just a sense, a
okay.
sense that
Mm,
yeah, it's just the hologram just kind of disappears,
mm,
leaving just this, the hologram of language and thought. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
But it's
or the
much more,
matrix. Yeah,
well, making images of it, and it
yeah,
makes it in a way complicated because it's very simple. It has nothing to do with anything. It's already that sensation, like sitting. Is that so? Whatever hologram, it doesn't. And maybe there's something going on. Like, well, I see everything as real. I can't see it like not real. Then you see everything as real. Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, you seem like it seems like, oh, I'm not that already. Maybe there's still me going on because I see everything real. We are so can be so strong in that. It doesn't matter when it's seen like everything is real. Then it's that, and maybe there's some energy going on because there's some importance in certain issues. Then that's what's going on. It doesn't feel nice, of course, because that's what normally is going on. That when there's me trying to find or trying to get rid of me or something, anything like that. It's mostly it's like there's something there's something not right or something missing or something going on. When there and there's a drive towards making it right, but when there's me, then there is that drive. You can't say, "Oh, I won't do that anymore," because that's there's no one, there's nothing inside trying to that we assume that even when there's hearing, there's no one. Then there's still, and that's the drive. It's still going on like, yeah, but what about? And then trying and making maybe feeling like there's a choice somewhere in a subtle way, but because that choice and that making it happen is so strong, it's so embodied. It's not even noticed that it's a choice or feeling like I'm doing it or something like that. Yeah.
Every time I want to talk something in this, it seems uh, not doable for me.
somehow it's like it's a different layer. I don't know. So what prompted me to, so when you say so much about it's just right, it's everything, you know, and when, like I was saying earlier, the emptiness feels, I don't even know, I can't even say feeling, because that's not when that's uh, awareness, for lack of a better word. So when I think about or notice contraction, it's 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 more, it's clear it's contraction, and that it's not real. But when you say everything is real, on
No,
some
I didn't
level,
say
yes,
everything is
that's
real.
true.
Nothing is. Everything is an appearance of. It's not real. Nothing is real. I didn't say everything is real.
I see. So I misunderstood what you were saying. I see.
It's an appearance, so
Yeah.
it seems like real because you see the trees and the walls and the bodies.
I see. That's where I got
Okay.
confused.
Yeah.
today.
Okay, you can put it in. You can put it in the middle. Oh.
Hi. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
I noticed there's some acceptance around things that happen. There's just like, okay, and now this is happening and this is happening, and there's less resistance. But to the everything is an appearance or not real. I know I get the mind can't understand this, and we talk about it, but it's not something that can be perceived through the mind. But is there any kind of entry point to that at all? That literally, it's like my brain explodes. There's no.
That's what's normally going on. It's that you can't understand that. We're so used to things that we can understand and make an image of it or something going on like that. And when it's not real, or maybe you are not real, like, oh my God, if the body isn't real, like, oh, that's so like out of your mind. It's like that you can't understand that. But you don't need to understand. That's already that what's going on. This is energetic. So it doesn't mean you need to understand, or maybe there can be a going on trying to understand, okay, but you never will, because it's you can't. So there can be a sense somewhere on, oh, there's something, or I don't know, or maybe like no, or I don't know anything.
What would be your definition of real?
Well, it's like when it seems real for myself, it's like this body is real. It's my body. I'm sitting in this chair, and there's someone else. There's someone inside. That's what's normally going on, and then it's important. Then all what happens with that normally is that there's an importance, because then when everything is real, there's something going on like, oh, I have not really like that in the mind, but I have to survive in this world. There's some behaviors going on, like trying to work it out or trying to do your best to feel okay in this surroundings and all that. So when it's real, there's some importance going on always. When nothing is real, that well, it's not like something you can reach, but it's suddenly like, oh, there can be some moments or maybe longer, and all the importance is just gone. There's nothing important. It doesn't mean you think that to yourself, because that's what normally also when there's and clarity in this, there can be like, oh, nothing is real and nothing is important, it doesn't matter. But if you say that to yourself, that makes everything a bit flat and yeah, okay, and everything is maybe okay. No, it's not about okay, because life is alive. It's like oh, it can be raw and direct and oh yeah, anything. Yeah.
That's helpful. I think that your definition of real and mine
Yeah. Yeah.
were maybe a little different, and so it was
Okay.
causing some misunderstanding
Mm,
possibly, but there's some mm, there's some relaxing into
mm,
whatever is happening.
yeah.
Um mm, I mean, and I guess there could even be some relaxing into not knowing what is real or what isn't,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But then there's also some story that, we call these apparent or arisings. And I guess that's the only way to articulate if there isn't a sense of time and there isn't any separation,
Mm,
there's just expansion and contraction,
mm,
seeming contractions,
mm,
expansions, death, rebirth. It's like nothing is personal because there's no
mm.
one to
Yeah.
personalize,
No,
or
there's
there's
no.
just one, you could even say. But even that, there you can't there if there's one, then there even still that implies that there's something outside of a one, to
No.
me.
Well, everything. No, there's only one. There's nothing outside because that's
So how do
true.
you conceptualize the
You
one
can't.
and the nothing?
You can't.
There's no
No, you,
difference.
no. Because that's what we normally do. We always try to understand, to conceptualize, or making it in a certain way. This is about not knowing. I don't know. This is not. I'm knowing. This, like you. There's words coming. I don't know where from. It's just coming. I don't know. And then it's lost after that. I don't even know what I said. And maybe you. I don't know. It doesn't
For
matter.
sure.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just that.
I thought it was menopause, but maybe something else.
Well, it's like that. But we have made everything meaningful and trying to understand because we're wanting to live our lives in a good way or in a, in what I was always busy with trying to relax. That's when everything is relaxed, that will be it. And then I never was, of course, and so there was always trying to in some situations doing things. It's not something to reach like a goal or a point that everything falls away and there's like it's going and then maybe it's better than I could even ever imagine. When here that I can say when that there was, you could say, a moment in the story, you could say a moment, and then I was busy with everything and I was so much into trying to feel everything and all that, and then suddenly that stopped, that whole being busy, not for a reason, just stopped. And it was so clear. And there was a subtle moment of disappointment, like, oh, is this? So it was like, oh, there's nothing gonna change. It's already that what's going on. And I had so many ideas about what and how and who and this. And it's this exactly what's happening without anything else. And maybe even that awareness, because normally there's that looking at yourself and being busy with what's going on and all that. That dropped. So there wasn't even being able to realize everything. Like there's no me. There wasn't even like that. I couldn't walk around and saying to people like, yeah, it happened or something like that, because I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on. There was a second maybe like that, but that fell away too. And then I didn't speak about it for years. So it's so normal. It's when that whole thing, like everything what you be busy with we am busy with trying to look at yourself or what I did, or trying to find out, or trying to understand what's going on, or everything. Everybody has a different way, and then then that whole trying is just not there. But it's so normal, you forget it was there. And when there's no awareness, so busy with looking or busy, then it's not even noticed. So there's just doing things, but it's already everywhere, doing things or sort of. And on top of that, there's that being busy, and it seems like that's my life. So that being busy and trying to find out, and we are most of the time we are identified with that, and we think like, yeah, but that's well, that seems like very important. No, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't go anywhere. Well, it's not wrong. It's just it doesn't break anything, or it doesn't mean that it will not happen or anything, because it's already. So there's no need for anything. Well, it doesn't mean that when that's going, that trying, then that's wrong. No, that's just some, can be exhausting being busy with that. Well, so what?
Do you think there's any benefit to you hear people that are in these conversations talking about understanding something intellectually and then whether or not they have it embodied in their being, right? And that there can be some incongruency there, some bypassing happening, and but it's and radical non-duality is the way I understand it is there's nothing to do. There's not there's
No,
not a
there's not nothing to do.
there's
It's no
nothing.
one.
It's already this. It already
But
is.
there's no
It's
one.
here, right?
There's no one. That's
So there's nowhere to get because
completely
there's no one
something
to
else.
get anywhere, right?
No.
All of this. So these are things that I'm saying. Words are coming, and there's a mind that's here understanding this, right? And this isn't the experience as this person goes through their life. But there are moments when it seems like Nicole should be upset. And I maybe would have been upset in the past. And then the mind comes in and it's a thought and it's like, who cares? Like, whatever, who cares? Who cares? And that seems true, but there's a thought first. There's a thought that comes that says, who cares?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
And so it feels like there's still this person here that's caring or not caring.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Because there's somewhere there's a hearing of nothing matters, but it's only a concept, because that's what's first. When there's a clarity or something, it's a concept, and then it makes it like nothing. But it doesn't change anything. It's that being that when there's someone, there's that feeling of it's somewhere personal. You can say no, nothing is personal to yourself. That's already personal. So you can't escape that. It's someone being clever and not in the negative way.
No, yeah.
Being clever about and understanding about what's going on. But that's still someone. And there's still someone with something going on, like, it's not yet.
Yeah,
like,
it's still someone trying to
yeah.
get somewhere
Yeah.
or understand something
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
heal
Yeah.
or achieve enlightenment or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's still there's
Yeah.
still effort happening to
Yeah.
resist what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so I'll just keep observing that.
But this is so energetic. So, and that's the strange thing of here. It has nothing to do with understanding or being clear or feeling it or no, because it's already. But that's the most strange thing, because we're so used. There's something not yet, and there seems to be that. There can be a hearing in understanding, like it's everything already and all that. Well, that feeling of this is not enough, I'm not good enough, or there's something, this has to be trying to work it out or anything. It's so strong, it's so energetic, and what these meetings can do, or sometimes it's like that. In that way, it's talking to that, you could say, and it's like not hearing that whole trying to find out, because that's feeding that search. That search isn't feeded. So there's trying, and yeah, but what about this? And of course, everybody has it, and it's not wrong. It's just the way it goes. Oh, because that's also those questions are part of that whole construct. And then, but that's and there's no end. Oh, and then right, okay, right. Oh, and then after a while, it's like it's so many questions, and it doesn't get the answers somewhere. And it's like, woof, and there's something else going on because that's it's not there's not knowing, but and you can't even say what it is, but it's completely something else because that's what we normally do. We're so busy with that overlaid thing like, trying and busy, but that has nothing to do with this. Light is subtle. It's like a subtle energy. It's just, ooh, like, no, it's not really like, ooh, but it's like, ooh, and then it's when we used to do that. It's like, yeah, but what do I want? What is going on? And already it was woo, but that's already down. And it's not really like that, but it's like it's so subtle, and we are so used to be the mind and all that what's going on. That's the most important. That we are so identified with that. So it's very scary because that's me, feels like that's me, and then oh my God, when that's lost, you don't know anything or what will happen, or there's no control, or maybe no responsibility, or I don't know, whatever is making that fear.
There's still there's still thoughts arising, and then but there's no thinker. There's no attachment.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
thoughts do still arise.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's not here.
Yeah.
That's what we think. It's like there's someone that's have no me. Oh, no, I don't know how to say that. Well, it's not. Nothing is personal. This body isn't real. So thoughts are not here. What we normally think. It's somewhere in space. So there can be thoughts, and then somebody speaks, and other people, their thoughts coming, but it's not in the mind. It's not in here. There is no in here. That's what we assume, that we are so into this is the thoughts happen here, and this is a feel. Not maybe we already understood it's not my feeling, but a feeling, but it's still somewhere here. No, it's not even that. So it's like not personal. It's like worse than that because it's everywhere. So there's nothing left for like me, this person. Nothing. Nothing is in that way. Nothing is personal. It's just bigger than just saying it's not personal. Is this there? Yeah, there are thoughts happening. People say like, yeah, there are thoughts happening. There is feeling happening. No, it's not, because that's still personal in that way, because I'm seeing those thoughts here. No, it's not here. It's I don't know where. But there's nothing. There's no. You could say there's no rose. Of course, there's no rose. No, there never was. I thought there was, of course, insane. But that's completely lost. And the funny thing is, it's no big deal. Yeah. Yeah.
It's no problem.
No.
rose.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm. I was in a meeting in Budapest. There were a lot of people that didn't speak English at all. They didn't understand English at all. They were lying after a while. Some people were lying on the floor because they were so tired and there was something going on. And then after, I don't know, in the end of the meeting, they were like, "Oh, what is happening? I'm coming back tomorrow." And I was like, they didn't understand anything, but it was that energy. It was about energy. And I think we are so used that we try to understand and being busy. And of course, that can be the way too, like trying to asking questions and all that. Well, it's also something else going on. That's so funny. Yeah.
I want to speak from my experience,
Mm.
me,
Mm.
and I'm noticing that I'm in and out, like,
Uh-huh.
and I'm noticing that there's a I, I think what I've been perplexed by is reactivity. Like
Yeah.
like I'll be somewhere and something will get said or something will get done, and then there's these feelings, and then I'm trying to figure out what they are, and
Mm. Yeah.
and so as
Yeah.
I'm listening, and I don't know how else to refer to myself other than me, but there's
Yeah.
obviously no me, but I'm in language, and that's what I'm using
Yeah, of
to
course.
communicate. But it's really refreshing to know that it's that simple. Like there's a refreshingness to it.
Mm.
It's just like, wow, there's nothing to do, nothing to say, nowhere to get, nowhere to,
Mm.
like it's anyway, whatever it is that
Mm.
you're saying, I'm just resting in it. But I'm also aware of these
Mm.
other time. Now I'm temporal and looking in the past and looking
Yeah.
like in this moment, none of that stuff exists, but
Yeah.
there's an awareness of the upset I had this morning or yesterday.
Mm.
So what if that's just energy, like you said, like if that bottle were, but see, it's so hard to put this in language because it doesn't
Yeah.
live in language. It
Yeah.
doesn't, everything I'm used to saying and referring to is all object oriented because I
Yeah.
grew up in a linguistic world. And so when
Yeah,
you're
of
talking
course.
about
Of
those
course.
people in Budapest, they didn't understand the language, but they laid on the floor and they had an experience of something energetically, and they
Yeah.
wanted to come back
Yeah.
to participate in that energy.
Yeah.
So there was a point in the conversation where you're just saying there's thought and there's feeling
Mm.
and it's everywhere, or maybe it's everywhere and nowhere.
Yeah.
We don't know where it is, but
Yeah.
it arrives in what I think is my body,
Mm.
and then I'm off to the races.
Mm.
But none of that is real.
Yeah.
So
But also, it's not important. That's
no, it's
even
not, other than
no.
I get upset, and then when I'm upset, I'm not present. And
Well, there can be being upset and angry. Yeah, can happen, and then that, and then it goes.
well, there just seems to be more of it these days than usual. That's all.
Yeah, but that can happen. Why not?
Okay, that's good. That there's a freedom to be like,
Yeah,
just let
of
it
course.
be.
But
Whatever it
that's
is.
we are so into behaving. We're so
Oh, you
used
got
to
that
all
right.
that,
No, I
like
totally,
all that. Yeah,
totally.
yeah,
In fact, I think that's the key to all of it. Is what
yeah,
you just said is my idea of how I should be.
yeah. That's so strong, and it changes in that spirituality, and then there's new keys of how to behave, and it seems like yeah, there's so many ideas and beliefs about that.
And
It's
none of that
yeah, but
has anything to
it's
do with.
just yeah, there can be all kinds of belief, but when there's that upset or that energy or anger or I don't know anything, it's that energy is there, and then after a while it's going, or maybe it's taking some time. Yeah, look at children. It's exactly that. There's no identity. That's just and after a while it's you don't know why it's suddenly gone. Yeah,
Thanks.
it's the
That's
same.
awesome.
Yeah.
I know my friend, and we were in a group together. And so I would like to share this that he touched on. And for me, it's been the freedom to be able to suffer, to be joyous, to be uh, angry, to be loving. It's a freedom where before, oh no, what are people going to think of me? What if I
Mm.
say it wrong? All of that.
Mm.
And that's what's gone, is
Ah.
trying to protect an identity that didn't even exist.
Mm.
And it's just, I love this not radical non-dual because
Mm.
it is
Yeah.
joy, freedom, peace, or it can be anger, it can be like
Yeah.
sadness, it could be
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
And all of it is, like you said, energetic, and it's okay. So
Yeah.
thank you,
Well,
Rose.
yeah, it's okay. You can, of course, I know what you mean, but somewhere you say to yourself, it's okay. maybe it's not okay because you feel like I don't want it, but I feel this. Then
That's
that's
okay
it.
too.
Can
Yeah,
too.
that's what I
Yeah,
meant.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure. Thank you. It's so easy, but there's so many ideas and embodied beliefs about how to behave, how to be, what's right, what's wrong, what should, what you said, what should, and it can be so subtle. It's not even in the mind. And then even when there's non-duality, and then there's suddenly like, yeah, but this is still the me, and oh, that's the same story again, but it's so strong. You have that can be so frustrating, and then yeah, yeah,
But what I'm laughing about is
yeah,
the irony of the whole thing. It's the non-duality is just that. Like there's just is or whatever. I don't have a word. Like it's
yeah,
this
yeah,
thing that you're
yeah,
trying to talk about.
yeah,
Or
yeah,
we're all here to experience. And then there's everything else that is going on
oh yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
for me lives in language. But then if I set language aside, I don't have any words. But
yeah,
you're like you communicate. Everybody says what they say through
yeah,
language,
yeah,
but just going back to that experience that those people had, they were exhausted and then they were refreshed. Didn't no
yeah,
word. No, there was some energetic thing that was going
yeah,
on,
yeah,
and I just find it because I watch my mind just,
yeah,
and I have to like, wait, that's not. What are you doing? Where'd you go? It's
yeah,
just interesting,
yeah, yeah,
and it's nice to know I'm not alone and
yeah,
people.
yeah,
This
sure,
is the human
also,
condition.
yeah,
Oh, never mind. It's almost like I don't can't even give myself permission to talk because
uh, yeah,
everything that I'm going to say is not that. But maybe,
yeah. But the way sometimes you don't. This is like unspeakable. So there's trying to say words because there's a sense, and to ask words. But there's like no, it's not like but that's the communication. It's the way that you speak in that way. That is the communication. Then you don't need clear words. The communication is in that way. So I feel like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about without understanding your words. That doesn't matter. Yeah. Mm.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So I know this is from my head, but it's still interesting right now. Um, so I related to what you were saying when you sometimes when I try to speak
Mm.
um, or try to describe blah 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 from
Mm.
this emptiness, for lack of anything else. I don't know the right word. Um, so, um, so what prompted me is when I was listening to him, I was thinking of a, a, a kind of a question in terms of it's like the what uh, sparks ob, object, noticing as if or object uh, subject object, because before that it's like I don't know where whether it's light, sensation, um, so noticing anything like that, noticing anything is a spark of two.
But it doesn't matter because they're trying to find out what's going on. It's very complicated, and some people are very good in it. Of course, they can be, or maybe less. I wasn't that good in it. I'm not so good in it, but I'm also not interested because it's what it is. That can be saying, "Yeah, I'm sitting." Yeah,
Okay.
well, that's it, or anything. It doesn't matter. There's no need for explanation or clarifying, and that's we're so used to that because that's the normal way of communication and trying to find out and all that. And when then somebody say, but you don't need to. It's like, huh? It's like, yeah. It's like, what then? How can we then communicate? And but that seems like that's the only way. And then suddenly there's something else. But whoa, yeah.
I have a personal question, so just say I don't care to talk about it. But my friend Lisa invited me, and she said that your husband passed,
Yeah.
and I was wondering just how that is, like the beingness of it, the experience of the. There was a
Hmm.
physicality which isn't real, and then
Hmm.
and then that's gone. But then what lives beyond, or what? Just in your personal,
Hmm.
I don't know how to put the question because everything I'm pointing to is object oriented. So, but I hope you can hear between my words the etherealness of the relatedness that you had and shared,
Hmm.
and then it's absence, or
Yeah.
not even absence. Maybe it continues on,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
maybe it's, I don't know, just in
Yeah.
that
Yeah. Yeah.
arena.
Or, there are moments of sadness like this. I don't even know if it's about John or not John, if he was called John. Doesn't matter. Sometimes there are just remembering, like that last week or something else. It's different. It's what I noticed also when I in the beginning. No, in the beginning, it's only 3 months, but it feels like it's already so far away, and in the same time, whop, you talk about it and whop, it's like there. So strange that it's in the same time that. And then what? When he just passed away, I went into the room and then, wow, I wanted to say something, but he wasn't there. Yeah, that was sad. But there's also being at home or here, not even thinking about it and just talking and being together and nothing. I don't even being busy with anything. It's just talking or laughing or we do anything. So in that way, it's just going. And I thought in the beginning it was like, oh, there can be those thoughts like, oh, it's going. I'm cooking and I'm well. It's, oh, every day there's some crying, but okay, then that's what's going. And then suddenly there was something I don't know what, but there was a release of something or a falling away again. And it completely, that was like, there was a lot of crying even more. So there's nothing going on like, oh, it's going better. It seems like that sometimes, or you hope like that maybe, or there was something like that going on. And then it's like warp and like waves, maybe. I don't know. So it's so random. Suddenly it's there, that the sadness, the anger then was there. I told about some people. There was some morning. There was having breakfast, and suddenly there was that anger, and I was like putting everything on the table, like, oh, and I'm sure and you have to be, and I was just being mad at life, like you have to give him back, waf and waf, like that, and I was doing it on the cushion, and then I was, and I went again, but it was still there, and then after a while it was gone, and then just there. So that can happen. Yeah. It's so different, and it's, I don't know. And when there's tears, like of that sadness, and then it fades away, and then it's completely gone. There's nothing left or something. Yeah.
It's beautiful to witness. You know, it just gives me permission to be, you know, because
Yeah.
I just encountered whatever it is that
Yeah.
you're speaking of. Like it comes, it goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I give myself full permission.
Ah.
Whatever it, and these
Ah.
words are
Yeah. Yeah.
missing
Yeah.
are
I know what you
confirmation,
mean. Yeah. But
but like,
okay, you
you know,
just say it like the
but
way
it,
it comes.
you know, like
Yeah.
there's a permission. There's
Yeah.
like I'm okay, and
Yeah.
nobody can tell me differently.
Yeah.
I'm
I know what
experiencing
you mean.
viscerally is there to experience.
Yeah.
It's just in the moment. There
Yeah.
you go. Then
Yeah.
the next thing.
Yeah.
Next, whatever.
Yeah. That's it.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. It's like
That.
what a place. It's like
Yeah.
they talk about being in the zone or something. Like people get, like athletes or people get
Mm.
this really kind of surreal space of
Ah.
things are just happening,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
really I thank you.
Oh.
It's nice to
Oh.
feel like, oh my goodness, yeah.
Oh. Oh. Thank you. Mm. Mm.
If I heard you right in a couple minutes ago, I was so touched by with this energy of
Mm. Mm.
give him back.
Yeah.
It just felt so real to me.
Yeah. 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 Well, it's enough. It will be recorded. Yeah. 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 Mm. Yeah.
It just felt so real.
Mm.
So real.
Mm. Yeah.
Give him back.
Yeah. Yeah.
On a related topic,
Mm.
the sense that there's nothing missing
Mm.
ever,
Mm.
um, and the sense that somehow I am is a missing person.
Mm. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like it's kind of, yeah.
Yeah. But it's also, well, there's no missing, but in a way, when there's talking about like John and then saying like, yeah, I miss him. Well, it's like that's the way we talk.
Yeah.
and that's not like it's also empty in a way, but it's also the way it's also full on in that way. So it's strange, and then it's gone again, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
because otherwise you think like, yeah, there's no missing anymore. I can't say that. You can't say anything.
Yeah.
It's just what's coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. And just like applied to my, you know, the me or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, if I'm not here, then nothing's missing. You know, it's
Ah,
kind of like,
yeah. But
yeah,
it is like
if
that.
like I am is a missing person.
Yeah.
Like it's you know, it's what causes the missing, the
Yeah.
sense of something missing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it was never here.
Yeah.
It's a missing person.
Yeah.
Just bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah. But
And then, you know,
yeah.
everything's just happening on its own, you know,
Yeah.
so nothing's missing, you know,
It
because
can't
it's
be because
cosmos.
how can there be something missing? It's everything.
Yeah.
So there's no choice. There's no choice. There's no escape in that what's going on. So that is it.
Yeah.
So what's there missing? And what we do with missing, it's like trying to feel better because that's always like there's something feeling not alone or not good, and that's the missing because it feels like when that's there, I don't have that feeling, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's no escape. That's because the people like, oh, I want that, I want know me and all that. Oh, like, well, when there's that where it's not even because of you, but suddenly there's that sadness is suddenly there. There's no escape. There's nothing going on. Like trying to get rid of it. It's just not coming. So yeah, full on. Yeah.
You hungry?
Sorry, there.
Are you hungry?
Oh, yeah. We can. It's already like how I like is it 7? It's already 7. Oh, we do a break, or you mean like that? We do a break, or we don't?
Yeah.
We, okay, okay, we can do that. Then we can pause this, but I don't know anymore. Like how do I do that? Oh yeah.
Nobody hears you. Oh.
Oh my God. So again, the iPad is nearly empty. So we have to, oh, wait, I do myself only. It's like 7%. So maybe it's a short time, but when it ends, you will see.
Maybe
I don't know.
ask the questions right now.
Yeah, you can, oh yeah, they can in the chat. Wait, I can do the chat. You can also use, oh, there's somebody saying with a heart. The chat. You can also do a chat if you want to. I will hope I will see it. Nope. Mm.
Maybe you could talk about love.
What?
Maybe you could talk about love.
About love.
Yeah, about love. Because if there's only this and there's no others, then what
Mm.
does love look like?
What we normally know as love is more the feeling of love, that you feel overwhelmed or just your heart and all that. But unconditional love is not a feeling. So you can't say, of course you can say to someone, oh, I love you. And well, I don't know how that's just how it goes, but it's not. How can you talk about love? Everything is unconditional love. So there's nothing right or wrong. And it's not like in the head. Something is like, it's like live in that way. Something, how can you say that? And then it's impossible to describe how that is. I don't know how to say that. But there's that, you could also say there's an there's unconditional freedom, and that's the same, and that freedom is so, it's, everything is so is empty, so there's nothing inside, and that when there's a feeling of I am here and this is important and I have to protect myself, and it's not in the head so much, but that feeling can be there when everything is empty, and that's so embodied and so like that. So how can you say it? I don't know. It's it's so simple that I don't even know what to say about it, because there's nothing going on about, oh, when there's like with John, or maybe that was the relation, you could say, like, well, there can be irritation, and then that came out and something like that. But how can you talk about this in like what is happening in daily life? Because it's 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 like, no, but no, it's like there's a feeling, there's the chair, there's that, that's what's going on. How can you tell? There's no story. What we're used to is that, oh, I was awful today. The whole day I felt like depressed and all that. No, it's not like that, because it's every time, it's like the cushion, the feeling. It's difficult to describe, but just to say, like the feeling, the wall, something, uh, sound. It's like it's changing continuously. So how can I say how I feel already? Is I can't. Not for the whole day. Maybe for the moment there can be, but a lot of times maybe there's no feeling. There's not always a feeling. There can be a sensation somewhere, you feet on the ground or something like that. That's it. Or a sound, or maybe that tone, or seeing that. It's that. That is so neutral and normal. There's nothing special, and there's no way to talk around it. Or yeah, there can be making a story of it, but without meaning. There's never meaning. So it's very simple. But the ability to abstract is still there, as you can understand time and distance and anything. But it's empty, so there's no meaning and importance in it. The importance of everything is lost. That's so free. There's nothing important. That's, wow, it doesn't matter. But it's not saying that to yourself, because that's completely something else. And somewhere that unconditional love is, that's everything. Everything is it. So also already that is, that's stunning. But it's not stunning in a way like all the time, like, oh, this is so bizarre. No, but you can't say, because it's something underneath. Maybe it's not even always sense that that strong. Sometimes it's stronger. Sometimes it's not even so apparent. But it's everything is it. That's stunning. There's no way that something more than something else, or less, or wrong. That's more. It sounds more like, how can you believe that? How can you believe that there's something more or less or wrong or right? It's of course not. Yeah.
Which translates to unconditional love.
Yeah. 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 That's it.
But also like an unconditional easiness. That's what I feel like. It's just an easiness.
Yeah. An
An
isness. Yeah. That's it.
ease.
Yeah. And it's that's the only thing there is. But
That's all there is.
you can, yeah, and you don't call it like that, but there's something, I don't know. It's aliveness, you could say too. Also, it's different words. Silence. Sometimes it's silence. It can be sometimes.
But the silence can
That's
be
the
loud.
word. That can be very loud. But the unconditional love can be raw and like roar, like that, like a lion.
Oh,
See?
stop that.
Yeah. Well, that's it. When John passed away, it felt like "Wah," the opening like that. Yeah, yeah, of course.
And that's
And that's love.
the whole ring is
But really, the strange thing is, you don't say it to yourself, but somewhere it sounds like that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Really simple. Huh? It's really basic. Very simple.
It's very
It's
simple.
very simple.
Yeah, yeah. But it's so simple, you can't even, there's no need to talk about it. Funny.
But that,
And there we sit.
And here we are.
Here we are.
Here it is. Oh, and yet we talk.
Yeah, but of course.
That's the
But
beauty of it. And
But
yet
that's
we
the
talk.
beauty. It's also the talking about it and the trying and all that.
Yeah,
Of course, of course. But there's some misunderstanding. But there's nothing wrong or right with that. But that's so. And there's something when there's a misunderstanding. It's like that. There's also it's not that we're here like or there's trying to make it right or to trying to clarify or all that. No, no. Then there's misunderstanding. It's like okay. I don't know,
But
like
it could
that.
be trying.
It could be trying.
It could be trying.
Yeah, but when everything is lost, the trying is not not so apparent.
You
No,
could be trying to go to the bathroom.
no, there's going to do it.
That's not trying. You're
That's
right.
not trying.
There's no trying.
So I've had this recent experience where I bought this home, this new home, and it was like full on everything happening. Like there was no sleep. I didn't know it's possible for a body not to sleep. No, none, zero.
Yeah,
And I was like, wow, like,
yeah.
it was so full on
Mm,
of all the it's like it felt like a dump of all the worries of every possibility. I didn't believe any of it. There was
Mm.
no,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah. Where did it
it was just
going?
going, and
Ah,
I just was
ah,
wow,
yeah,
like there's nothing. There was just that, and
yeah.
um,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
you know, there might have been a thought, like there was a thought that said, "Boy, it would be nice to be sleeping," and then I knew that really wasn't even true either. It was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
yeah, but this is what's happening.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And then I thought the thought, well, I'll never function in the day. There's
I
zero.
know.
And then it would be just the day happened.
Yeah,
And
we'll
it
see.
was, I was waiting to be upset about something.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And it was just this odd experience of, it was so full on. It was so visceral.
Mm. Mm.
I couldn't even explain it to, I couldn't explain it to my cats who were wondering why I was not sleeping. That this just,
Yeah.
it was just so, like I knew, I said, I just don't feel like complaining.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't have the energy to be
Yeah, it's
bothered.
not even the energy for that. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it was just, I don't know. I just wanted to share that because it's been a
Mm-hmm.
truly extraordinary experience.
Mm.
Um, I can't even make a story of it
Yeah.
because nothing happened
Uh,
really.
uh-huh.
There's just a lot of energy
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Huh?"
Yeah, but normally we're used to make a story and explaining and all that, and it's too much
Oh,
to make that
yeah.
to do that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah,
I said to my son, I said, I just don't have it in me to be upset about anything.
yeah. Not in that moment.
In that
No.
moment, right?
Mm. Mm.
Can you speak a little bit about, I think you mentioned earlier that there's somehow there's listening. I mean, maybe even, well, right now you're listening, but there's not really any understanding, happening.
Mm.
And I was wondering if you could speak about just maybe like the kind of the impossibility of landing anywhere
Mm.
and the bottom dropping out. Like those two
Oh,
things are like the same, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
they're
yeah,
not
yeah.
like
No,
that's
not really. No.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But it's when I talked about I don't know what I expected. Like it felt like the bottom dropped and there was no bottom and all that. Well, it's a way of trying to explain or to speak about what happened because it's so energetic. In the first 2 weeks, I think I couldn't even say anything about it. I only could cry or could fall down or just exactly what you said. There was nothing going on trying to work it out what's going on. There was just no energy for that. So it was only that. So somewhere there was something like maybe later, but I don't even know if that's going on. It's like it's so direct and only that feeling of what I could say there was again a huge loss, something like that. But for the rest, I don't even know. And somebody said, "Is it lighter?" And I said, "Oh, yes, lighter," because I didn't even realize that it was like that, something like that. So it's later on there's gonna make us something like a story, but it's not even doesn't matter. It's just a story. Maybe it's even not like that. Can
Yeah.
be, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So nothing what's being said here also is important to remember.
Yeah, that's
because
kind
it
of what I'm
seems
saying.
sometimes when there's a speaker in some way, then try like, oh, I should maybe do that, or no, just that maybe also with trying to make an explaining of what's happened. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. It's just what came up for that, and that's it. Nothing more than that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no real substance to
No.
anything here that's
Uh-huh.
being,
Yeah.
yeah. And so the message is almost in that way, it's like um I don't even want to say anymore because it just now occurs to me that I'm like, what the hell am I trying to look for?
Yeah. Yeah. But that's it. That's it. Why should we talk about this either? I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it when you guys talk. Just saying.
Yeah. But it can sometimes, what you say, it's suddenly like, whatever. What
Like,
is
wait, I'm
this?
asking a question. I've already been over this. There were no questions.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So it, I had had for a really long time the struggle because there was this, there's no separation. So
Mm.
there's no self and other. And I, for the longest time would struggle and go like, there's no self and other. And I'd be looking
Oh,
like,
yeah. Yeah, sure.
wait a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah. 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 Well, you
The
want to see it. Yeah.
longest time was like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and then it was because I couldn't find where anything was happening.
Yeah.
I couldn't find where I was here, where there was hearing and where there was speaking. And I couldn't see
Mm.
the hearing and the speaking were happening sort of, they were happening together simultaneously. I couldn't get them separated out.
Mm.
And that was my only like kind of sideways in on the
Yeah.
like the in a weird way still trying to understand something. But it's like doesn't need to be.
Mm.
But I could find that for the longest time I really wanted to understand that there
Mm.
was no self, no other.
Yeah.
But I wanted to understand it.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
and yeah, I just struggled. Maybe you could talk a little bit about
Yeah.
your
What?
experience with that.
When there's a separation, so when there's I am or I am here and all that, the mind that or mind or it's jumping on anything, and there can be that question or something else, and then when the question is suddenly like disappearing, like it jumps on something else, and you see like everywhere different questions, and then when somebody is coming with a question, you think like, why bother? And somebody else is like, yeah, but this or that, and so everybody's different in that way, so it jumps on something that seems really important or something, or there's some drive to it, or you don't even know why, but it, and you think like, ah, yeah, and it comes back and it's still there and all that. That's part of me. It's the search is like that, so you can't get rid of that. That's the energy of searching, and it doesn't matter in which way it goes. It's when there's me, there's a search in whatever. There's no meaning in it. It doesn't land anywhere. What you said, there's no going anywhere. Well, and sometimes when there's in meetings and there's hearing, it doesn't go anywhere. It's like, and then suddenly it's like something, I don't know what. It's suddenly some click or so, I don't know how it feels, and then it can be dropped. Without, it's not you dropping, but it's suddenly not there, not even maybe noticed, because when something is not there anymore, most of the time it takes some time. You think like, oh, Well, I was so much busy with that. Well, I didn't even notice it's gone because it's so normal. That's how it is. It's very normal when there nothing is going on. And we are used to be busy and jump from this to that. That's me. Yeah. Yeah. And everything seems less important, more important, or don't even know why sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. It's sometimes even that's also funny, like in the evening or in the night, and I wake up and they're thinking, and it's about a television program, and it's like sometimes it's really like, what is this? It's just going and going, and then after a while it's just gone. Well, yeah, can be there. Yeah, yeah. Mm.
Yeah, it felt really important to solve